wow. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Okay, today's a conditioning day. Okay, so that's why we got my head wrap on. Okay, conditioning day. Okay, hair's down and it's covered. Okay, deep conditioning. And I was like, I wasn't going to jump on, but I was like, let me jump on. Okay, today was a very productive day, but I did not overexalt my energy. So I can come here and I could talk to y'all about some things. So, first of all, okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever, whoever, however you are, wherever you are. I want to start this off by going into a definition, T, because y'all know I'm into that girl, okay? You know I'm that girl, okay? Okay. What is the role of a spiritual healer? And of course, this is going to go into commercialized spirituality and how I don't take a part in that. And I'm going to lightly, politely, and very whitely go over it, okay? So, and excuse my voice to y'all. I told y'all before with the season changes and all this other good shit, y'all. Like it really got people's sinuses and shit fucked up. Thank God I'm not, experiencing any sneezing, coughing, all that good stuff. But my nasal passages are draining. Okay. And so that's why I'm a little hoarse. Okay. But don't think I can't get into the you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No, no, no. So once again, okay, let's get into it. So, spiritual healers are shamans in their own right, right? They are people who allow the energy of spirit to flow through them in a way that guides, rejuvenates, and empowers others. The spiritual healer is also a wounded healer. In other words, by healing themselves, they heal others. Now, what this means is that people on social media will have you thinking that they're everything but that, right? They'll have you thinking that they're psychics, sorcerers, witches, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. They'll have you thinking that they're all these things and that they don't have to heal themselves before they offer, a helping hand to you. They don't have to they're not really here to empower you. It's not their job to empower you. But anybody who offers a service to you, anyone who offers you any type of service, right? They come forward because they become self-proclaimed. Okay. Nobody tells them to get on YouTube. Nobody begs them to make a TikTok, IG, all this other good shit. They said, let me come out and let me offer service to other people. So once again, their job is to empower you. Their job is to rejuvenate you. Their job is to build you up. But once again, commercialized spirituality got people thinking that they're everything but that. Okay. Going into what authentic spirituality is about. Once again, authentic spirituality is about empowering others, rejuvenating others, teaching people how to be independent, self sustainable. Okay. It is not our job to make you submit to us. It is not our responsibility. It shouldn't be our goal to keep you beneath us. Okay. We're here to build up, not really tear down. Okay. Now, of course, when you're in your trauma, you may think of it as, yeah, this bitch is definitely tearing me down. And we're going to go into that too, because that goes into accountability and responsibility too. When we're in our trauma, and things are calling out the bullshit that we on, it makes us uncomfortable. It makes us want to attack, right? And we talk about this for too, going into um, you know, recognizing that you want to change, right? The good in you wants to change. The true self wants to become enlightened. But the brainwashed you, the Mandela effect you, the you that's of the world wants to keep you beneath, wants to keep you trapped in this box. And when someone comes forward and they say, hey, I see you want to change. I see you want to become enlightened. I see you want to reach greater heights. And they actually start teaching you that. Now they're insensitive to you. Now they're disrespectful to you. When I always said, and I will continue to say, I'm in this world for me, okay? Going into me going through my trauma, me going through the things that I've been through in my life, clearly you can see it. If you cannot, that's your tea, not mine. But things that I've dealt with in my life and previous lives, because everything bleeds into this life. Because of my previous life was so perfect, then there'll be no need for me to be here in this life. So being in this life tells you and tells me that there's something that happened in my past life that was traumatic, and I'm giving one more chance to resolve that. So, like I said, me coming forward, did I hear that shit? I told myself I was gonna turn off that damn reminder, and the bitch is on right now. Oh, girl, y'all, and I'm nude right now too. I'm trying to make sure I stay nice and covered, respectful. But anyway, hold on, y'all. Let me cover this really quickly. Hold on. Let me let me turn her off. Okay. I was gonna hire me an assistant, but I took the words of somebody, the advice of someone, and they said, "You don't need no damn assistant. Get on Google and type in this and type in that." And I did it, and I'm like, "Bitch, I'm so fucking annoyed with these damn reminders." Okay. Anyway, but that's how I stay on track. So, like I said, going into this, like, I'm not here to live life for other people. I'm not, like, there's 24 hours in a day, right? And I always go back to this saying, 24 hours in a day, 12 hours to mind your business and stay out of the other 12 is stay out of other people's business. So it's like, I'm really trying to maneuver through life. I'm really trying to accomplish my goals and my dreams. I don't have time to sit here and really care about Dick, Jane, Mary, and what the fuck they got going on. I tell y'all, even going into private conversation with people, like, when I get on the phone with people, I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how you're feeling, what you're going through. Where's your mind at? Where's your heart at? Have you accomplished your goals this month, this week, this day? To jump into shit that's not really important, in that personal time, it really irritates me. And I tell y'all, that's why I don't really talk to people, because I'm like, bitch, I'm not about to spend my free time, that I could be catching up and getting info from people I care about, dealing with shit that don't really matter, right? That doesn't really serve no purpose for me or you. And so with that being said, I'm only here to help because, once again, me going through my trauma, I got the help I needed, and everybody do not have the mindset to get help, right? Everyone do not have the mindset, because I even saw, even in the past, people say that only white people go see a therapist, right? This was the saying that I heard and stuff. Only white people see therapists. Black people don't need therapy and also the good shit, right? This back of the day, people used to say this. And even today, right now, I'm still seeing people say shit like this. And I'm like, this is where you know that your trauma, right? This is where you know that your trauma is speaking out to you, right? Your child in you, your inner child, right? Is saying, please get help, please get help. It's when you're saying shit like that. And once again, this goes into commercialized spirituality a little bit, but also going into A&R, as I mentioned before, accountability and responsibility. We have shifted into an era since 2012. And see, a lot of people have not really, took heed on this. And this is why shit is going fucked up for them. Health is going fucked up. Finance is going fucked up. Living situations going fucked. The relationship is going fucked up, because people have not really been paying attention. Everybody is spiritual. Everybody is woke. But yet you're not aware of the energies and the planetary celestial bodies that are shifting through and moving right down your natal chart, right? Because you're so used to hearing the commercialized spiritual people, oh, y'all, we're in Mercury retrograde. But Mercury retrograde doesn't affect everybody the same way. Okay? Mercury retrograde doesn't affect everybody the same way. So once again, going into the placement of your chart, where is Mercury at in your chart? Going into the placement of your chart, what type of energies is around that? And this how you know, okay, during this Mercury retrograde, I'm going to be dealing with A, B, C, D, F, G, even going into seasons. And that's why I keep telling people, there is levels to this, but also everything has a cycle. And once again, commercialized spirituality will teach you, hey, everybody's affected by Mercury retrograde the same way. Everybody's, affected by the void course the same way. And it's like, no, that's not true. Okay. Everybody, is in conjunction and everybody just have different things. Of course, like say going into your natal chart, even going into twins, like twins are not going to go through the same thing spiritually, physically, psychologically, emotionally at the same time either. And these are people that are born that was in the womb together, for the whole pregnancy, like my mom and my auntie, and my uncles and my cousins stuff. Twins run in my family a lot, and going into my nephews and stuff too. So they spent this time together, but yet there's still two different energies for two different purposes. And so in commercialized spirituality, they teach you that astrologist for everybody. Everybody is astrologist, same damn thing. And that's like you telling people, like going into finding a spiritual advisor, going into finding someone who could break down astrology for you. That's why there's so many of them out there. It's like finding the right doctor. Everybody's energy is not for you. Something in the person that you're getting the reading from, something in the person that you're getting, your chart broken down with, and it could be any chart, it could be your Vedas, it could be your, tropic, it could be, a whole bunch of, there's like seven different charts right now off the top of my head I can name. But everybody, once again, is experiencing things differently. So finding someone who can break that down for you, once again, is what's compatible with your energy, what is compatible with your experience, what's compatible with your headspace, right? Which leads into other conversations, which we're going to talk about because I really don't want to stay here too long. Because it's a motherfucker, letting my hair dry and dealing with all that bullshit and detangling and all that good shit. So anyway, and I'm trying to do all that before 3 a.m. So either way, accountability and responsibility is taking ownership for your experiences. And this is what really kind of like gets me, just like it just really irks me, because I take spirituality very, very seriously. Okay. Spirituality is very sacred to me. Every experience that I have spiritually is important, and once again, it's sacred. Like, I'm not in spirituality to boast. I'm not in spirituality to prove anything. Like, this is for me, right? This is for my salvation. So when I see people that are claiming to be the exact same thing, right, and maybe not the same path I'm on, because I don't really discuss that, because once again, it's very sacred to me. And even going into spirits and stuff, I've dropped names, but just actually give you a breakdown of what day I'm gonna do this and how day I'm gonna do that. Bitch, like I said, it's very sacred to me. Okay. Just like I'm not gonna let you wear my panties. So if I'm not gonna let you wear my panties, or let alone let you sleep on my bed, what the fuck I look like sharing with you my spiritual practices, right? And so I see these people that are claiming to be, initiated and crowned and slashed and ripped and basically enslaved. We're gonna call it how it is, basically enslaved. Same thing as Christianity, bitch, you're enslaved. Okay. Your spirit is shackled down and bondage with something that you don't even know. You don't know what the fuck it is. You just go on by what you were told, and that resonated with me. Once again, people putting things on you and you taking it as your identity when it's really not. That's why I said you got to ask for spirit to show you who you are, or ask spirit to show you yourself, and let yourself come forward. Because a lot of people out here walking around like they really know their stuff, and they really don't. And so, like I said, going into the spirituality, people are sitting here claiming that they know spirit, and spirit talk to me, and I do readings and I can clarify. But once again, their rhetoric and their vernacular and the words that they speak is very much man-made, man-told, man-experienced. It's very much he say, she say, and it's just like, but I thought you were a spiritualist. Going into a spiritualist, you're here to seek after spirit, not flesh. And see, that's what people don't understand either. What separates somebody who is a Luciferian, or we'll say Satanist, not Luciferian, because everybody can't be that. But a Satanist, what separates a Satanist from a spiritual person, I was going to say a Christian, but it's all the same nowadays because everything is commercialized. Okay. You got Christians out here rebuking Satan, and I'm just like, but y'all doing the same damn shit. I'm just a little confused here. Okay. Satanism is about the flesh. Satanism is about the flesh, enjoyment of the flesh, right? The understanding of the flesh, right? So a good connections of how Satanism and Christianity is connected, in my opinion, is Christianity telling a man who presents as a man physically that he's not allowed to lay with another man who presents as a man physically, but not knowing that the spirit inside of one of those men could be a female. It could be a feminine energy. Okay. Not knowing that it could be, a feminine energy, masculine energy, whatever. Who knows? Maybe these are brother energies, and I don't want to get too deep into that because spirit do not understand words. Once again, incest and all that shit is man-made. Spirit does not understand that. But this could be two sisters coming in a male body to rekindle the relationship they had in their past life that was fucked up. Once again, you don't know that because you're not God. You don't know that because you're not spirit. You're a spirit in a human body, but right now you're speaking and acting in the flesh. So once again, that is the connection to me with Satanism and Christianity, where it's the same. Because real spirituality and people that are really, really seeking spirit and deal with higher principalities and deal with higher powers understand that this is a spirit learning and experience. So I'm not going to sit here and judge this man who wants to sleep with another man. I'm not going to sit here and judge. Girl, this shit is coming off, girl. I should put my robe on right now, bitch, because I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to get on cam and be still. Girl, anyway, I'm going to try to sit still. But not understanding, once again, that we are spirits having a human experience and we're here to learn. Life is a lesson. So how dare I fall into the flesh to learn my lessons and condemn other spirits that also fell from grace into the flesh and sit there and say, God ain't pleased with you doing this. God ain't pleased. Well, God ain't pleased with you doing what you do neither, because if that was the case, you wouldn't be here. Bitch, you'll be in heaven. And you can't show me how to get to heaven when you still in motherfucking hell. So that's where it gets a little confusing, with me, and especially like I said, going into the people that are claiming to be spiritual and not religious, right? People that say I'm a spiritualist, I'm not a religious person. But yeah, once again, they're very homophobic. Once again, they're very racist. Once again, they're very sexist. Once again, they're always trying to break down the physical self, or they always try to use layman's terms to explain spirit. And I'm just like, there's no way you can do that, right? There's no way you can explain to spirit. There's no way you can explain to the flesh how the spirit operates when those are two different entities. That's why we live in a duality world, as above, so below. Everything has a left or right, up and a down. Everything has an opposite type of frequency to it. And so once again, you cannot explain to spirit the functioning of the flesh and vice versa. This is why we say, know thyself, right? You know who you are within that flesh. And that's who we talk to when we're dealing with spirituality. When we're dealing with spiritualism, when we're dealing with spirit. Now, when we're dealing with the flesh, once again, which I think religion represents, now we're going into white folks can't hang out with black folks. Now you're the tribe of Reuben. You're the tribes of Israel. You're the tribe of Geneseo. You're the tribe of Manasseh. And it's just like, girl, who told y'all this shit? Who told y'all who was the tribe of who? For all you know, bitch, you could be from the tribe of girl. Like, so I'm not even going to get into that because just shit like that really be pissing me the fuck off. And I'm like, this is why y'all so lost now. This is why y'all can't find who you are now. This is why people, mental illness is so high right now. This is why addictions are so high right now. Alcoholic abuse, drug abuse, marijuana abuse, because people say marijuana is not a drug. Anything you take that deals with your brain, function is a drug, bitch. Psychoactive things is a drug. Okay. Anything that alters your fucking brain is a drug. Anyway, with that being said, we're not taking accountability and responsibility, spiritualists and people who want to operate in spirit. We're teaching people how to stay in the victim role. We're teaching people how to stay in the physical, in the flesh, right? Going into the limbo, going into people passing away and they get stuck. I've heard people say that they're talking to these spirits and they all right. They doing good on the other side. I'm like, baby girl, there's no spirit on the other side communicating with you. If there's a spirit that's talking to you, That spirit is either in limbo or that's a demonic entity playing with your ass. Ain't no spirit on no other side here talking to any motherfucking human. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm willing to bet that. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Moving on. We don't want to take accountability and responsibility for our own actions, whether it is past life action or this life action. We don't want to take responsibility of it being, I was 4 years old when, Tommy violated me. And I want to hold on to this, and I'm currently 50 years old and I'm still reliving this life. We don't want to take accountability and responsibility for that. And we don't want to impose that onto people either, because we do that, then we're insensitive. And I saw some, like I said, a couple of days ago, where someone was mentioned as, of course, a Black person. And like I said, I think mental illness in Black people is a lot higher than any other race because, of course, going into PTSD, or stories that they tell you about slavery. Okay, so they give you these horror stories. They make these movies, Beloved, The Color Purple, and they just keep reliving these stories for you. And now you're just traumatized. Like, oh my God, this can happen to me too. And then so anyway, I won't even get into that because that will turn us deeper into what I won't even go into. I want to go into. But people saying that therapy is here to traumatize you even more. Therapy actually triggers you. And I'm speaking from somebody who have a therapist. I'm coming from somebody who, before going to a therapist and a psychologist, of how my life could have been. Okay, could have been. Now, like I can tell y'all, going into the background of my family, because everything is lineage, right? My ancestors' memories is me. My ancestors' dreams is me. Okay, I represent my ancestors' nightmares or their dreams. My ancestors were the type of people, and I go into even like directly like great aunties, like people that were my grandparents' siblings, going into my mama's side. Now, my grandmother's side, they were crazy too. They were hillbillies. They were crazy. They loved to hunt and shit. They had no remorse for animals, girl. I won't even go into that. Okay, because they have to do to survive. Right now, we don't have to do that no more, okay? We don't have to eat pigs. We don't have to eat hogs, possums, none of that shit, okay? During that time, they ate rabbits, they ate possums, they ate all that nasty ass shit, raccoons and all that. And I said, ooh, girl, thank God. Thank God I didn't have to grow up eating that shit, because, bitch, I would have said I'm starving. Anyway, but going into my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family too, they were very, calm people. When it came to family and stuff, they were fighters. But on my dad's side, they're not really, you don't hear people going to jail for violence and stuff, killing people and all that. But on my mama's side, whole nother story. Murderers, anyway, I won't even get into that. But my mom's dad's side, that lineage, everybody connected to that, they're the type of people that will book flights to beat your ass and get back on the plane and come back to California or go back wherever they're from. Like, that's the type of family that I'm connected to. So growing up with that type of energy in me and being taught, like, you don't run from people and you don't this and you don't that and you don't back down, and somebody talks shit to you, regardless of how small you may think it be, but you better show up and show out. Like I said, I would have been that girl that would have showed up and showed out. Okay. I would have made my way to you somehow, some way. And bitch got you ass together. But like I said, I didn't want that for myself. I was like, no, I have to do something differently, because I saw things, I saw visions for myself as a kid. Like, it's crazy to even sit here and even talk about with y'all. Not really, but somewhat. Like, I literally saw things for myself as a kid. And I'm actually seeing this right now as an adult. And it's kind of like I'm, like I'm not in reality when I experience things. So I'm like, damn, I saw this for myself as a kid. Like, no one told me about this, but I knew somehow, some way within me, like, I was going to see this, so I was going to experience this. And so I end up experiencing it, right? Self-prophecy, whatever you want to call it. So people, once again, are saying that it triggers you when it doesn't. If therapy triggered me, like I said, it'll be a whole nother situation, y'all. Okay? Things of the past will not be here. We're going to keep it like that. Things that have passed, because there's people that reached out to me, family, friends of family, and was like, you need to go handle A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And because a lot of people are criminals, your stuff is public record. And I could have easily been like, yes. I could have easily been like, yes, go handle A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes, go ahead, go ahead. But once again, something inside of me, the healed side of me, we're going to say that, was like, no. Like, revenge is mine, says the Lord. And I believe that every action that you do, it plants a seed. And what goes around comes right back around. And you may not see that, but trust me, everything you do, you're going to have to pay in full. So this is why we think twice about everything that we do. And so I think about that because I'm like, bitch, I gotta be old. I gotta get old one day, right? I'm gonna get old one day. I think about there's a life that I want, and I don't want anyone or anything to stop that, right? I want to take full accountability and responsibility for my destiny, right? I don't want to be like, damn, I saw this, I wanted this happen, but Tom, Dick, and Harry stopped me, or the man's got his foot on my neck once again because I let my actions stop me, right? I let my actions stop me, and karma came and slapped my ass in the motherfucking face. And that's a lot of people are dealing with right now too. And that's why I said I don't really get too much into that, going into the sympathy card and stuff, because I'm just like, girl, that seems like you were doing some fucked up shit when you were younger, and it's coming back to get your ass. But either way, going into that, we have to take accountability and responsibility for ourselves, you guys. We have to understand that everything that we deal with is for our greater good. And even though we were violated, even though we were disrespected, even though we were abandoned, even though we were neglected, right? We have to understand that now we have the power to change our lives, especially going into spiritual people. Like, how you out here convincing me that you're doing candle work and you're connected to spirits and shit, commercialized spirituality, that you're connected to spirits and shit, but yet you are the oppressed one. Yeah, you are the one that, oh my God, I wish I could ABCFG, but they're not going to let me do it because I'm a poor white woman. I'm a poor fat black woman. It ain't never gonna happen for me. Like, girl, I listen. This nigga's listen, y'all. Let's just hold it like this. Let's just hold it like this, because accountability, responsibility. When you go to therapy, and I, started going to therapy when I was 19 years old. So definitely within the past decade and a half, decade and plus two, I went to go see a therapy, right? I went to a therapist. That's when I first started my journey. Now going into that, you guys, right? They when you go to a therapy session or you see a psychologist, I've never seen a psychiatrist. I think it is psychiatrist. Yeah, I think it's psychiatrist. It's one of them, bitch. I've never seen this. I've seen a psychologist, but not the psychiatrist. Never seen a psychiatrist. I've seen a psychologist, okay? Therapist and a counselor going into grievance and stuff, right? With that being said, their job is for the real you to show up and to not take accountability and responsibility to say it was your fault that you were abused, abandoned, neglected, but to say, come out, little girl, come out, little boy, we're here to help you because you're not that little boy, you're not that little girl no more. And so once again, when people are still in their trauma and they want to live in their trauma, they don't want to take accountability and responsibility for themselves. So they want to still blame. Oh my God, when I was 12 years old, I remember my dad left me and my brother hanging out in the rain. That was my story. Oh my God, I remember that one time we wanted to leave out the house and we were like, damn, we know that daddy got paid and he got some money and we want to go have fun because he promised us and blah, blah, blah. Like, girl, this is just shit that, like I said, I experienced. But every day I don't think about that, right? Every day I don't hold that. That's not something, I don't hold grudges on that, because once again, then that would have stopped me from becoming the person I am today. I would be a miserable ass person. And then going into how they say that hurt people hurt people. I think going into being unfit parents, and of course I'm not a parent, but I definitely could give my opinion on shit because people are not gay or trans, but they can state their opinion on that shit. So I can state my fucking opinion on what I fucking see and what I fucking observe and the energy that I fucking get. When I see people trying to become parents and they really, really, really try to become parents quickly. I mean, like 14 years old, you had your first kid, then 15 your second kid, and 16 your third kid, and four. By the time you're 30, you got 8 kids, or even 40, you got 8 kids, and they got different baby fathers. I think that's the hurt you looking for validation in your hurtness. And so, like I said, going into that, I think that that's all connected, and why it's important for us to take accountability and responsibility. Where little, Cody or little, Kashawn needs to come forward and say, I experience these things for me to be a greater parent. I experience these things so I know what not to do with my children. I experience these things so I know what not to do with my husband, my wife, my friends, or whoever may be abandoned. And of course, going into me being a good friend. I think that if I never ever got therapy for any of my trauma, I don't think that I'll be able to establish any relationship. And I don't think that I would have my best friend. I don't think I would have my best friend. The other people that I've had that came in out of my life, these are people that were going through their trauma and they didn't want to get their trauma resolved. They wanted to still blame people for their trauma. When I was 11 years old, my dad kicked me out because I was gay. And it's just like, baby, you're 30 years old right now. You cannot tell me that you're still holding on to this 11-year-old boy experience that you had when you're 11 years old. You cannot tell me that when you're meeting beautiful people every day that's helping you right now. When you have the opportunity to get a job to take care of yourself, where you got your own house, you got your own car. There's no way that this little 11-year-old boy in you that was kicked out, abused, or abandoned by his dad is still troubled and still hurt. Like, that's you wanting to stay in that trauma, that you wanting to stay in that victimization role. And now you become a hurter, right? Now you become a victimizer. Now you become a domestic abuser. Now you become a lying ass con artist. Now you become a fucking thief. Now you become a motherfucking whatever the hell that you do. Whatever you do that's fucking trifling. That's that shit that bruise right there. That identity theft shit. That's that shit that fucking comes up when you fucking change license plates and go steal cars and write bounce checks. That's the type of shit that come up. Okay, that's the type of shit that come up when that trauma's not fucking resolved. But let somebody who been through that stuff, let somebody who that could have been their story come out and speak from a healed place. Now we're haters. Now we don't know the fuck we're talking about. Now we're fucking miserable. Now we're giving our 2 cents when it's not needed. And it's like, baby, I'm sick of seeing the same fucking storyline that's been played since 1950s. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing the victimizing roles. I'm sick of seeing people that came from nothing and still ain't about shit and still, well, the system is designed for us to fail. Okay. But your ancestors survived their so-called failure too. So what's your excuse? If your ancestors really went through what they've been through, because I think we all have been through something, right? We all have. If you're in America, you definitely been through something. I don't care if you're white American, black American, Asian American, Hispanic American. It doesn't matter. You've been through something to get here. Okay. So with that being said, if your ancestors let the things that were put up on them to allow them to fail, then you wouldn't be here. They would have just gave up. They would have said, oh, it's time to go. I can't handle this. Life is getting too stressful for me. Then you wouldn't be here. So we have to once again step back and take accountability and full responsibility for our experience. Nobody could dictate my experience but me for me, right? No one could sit here and tell me how I'm going to live my motherfucking life. Nobody's going to sit here and tell me how I can speak, how I can talk, how I can walk. Bitch, because you don't walk in these shoes. You don't know where I come from. And you don't know where the fuck I'm going. So the same thing with you. You have to have that same motherfucking confidence in knowing yourself and saying that I could make it through this. And even going into spirituality, this is where I said commercialized spirituality come in at, because you could connect to spirits, but yet you're too weak to do so. You can connect your spirits, but yet you don't know how to do so. Yeah, you can connect your spirits and you call out, I did a spell with Santa Muerte, I did a you can do all this little shit you could do, but yet your oppressors are still running free and they still allegedly oppressing you. And like I said, everything's alleged until proven otherwise. Cause bitch, I don't believe that shit at all. I don't care what nobody say. I don't believe in none of that motherfucking bullshit. Your life is what you fucking make it. And I would hate to think that your ancestors made you weak and fragile. I would hate to think that the God who created you, the universal God who puts you in this solar system on this planet right now, made you to be submissive and to be fucking weak. I doubt that. Because, bitch, your ass would have been a motherfucking ant if that was the case. Your ass would have been something that was inferior and submissive to the human species. Who dominates this planet right now? Please let me know. And you would have definitely not been whatever's dominating this planet right now. So you need to step back and think about, once again, showing up, letting the real you show up. Letting the real you come forward and say, damn, I had a fucked up ass life, but I got to do something about this. Because I cannot be a good wife if I'm still holding on to the abandonment issues that my father gave me. I cannot be a good friend if I'm still holding on to the love that my father or my mother did not give me. I cannot be a good coworker. I cannot be a good spiritualist. I cannot be a good fur mother. I cannot be a good whatever. I can't even be good to myself if I cannot show up and say, honey, let this shit go. This shit does not serve you no more. Let it go. Let it go. It's not your storyline no more, baby girl. It's a whole nother chapter. You were born again. We have another day to have a second chance to get things right. And it's really sad. It's really sad for me. Really, really sad for me to see people be 40, 50, 60, 70, hell, even 30, because everybody don't live to see 30. But to even be 30 years old, to have experienced all the things in life that you've experienced, and yet to sit here and say, yeah, but I could never do that because, black people, they don't let black people do nothing. Oh, I can't do that because they don't let gay people do nothing. I can't do that because they don't let women do that. And it's just like, why? Like, why? Why are you wasting life? Why are you taking advantage of spirit? Why are you slapping God and whoever, whatever created you every fucking day, slapping them in the face because you're not grateful? I'm not grateful for my life. Fuck what's going on now. Fuck that today is a whole nother space and opportunity. Fuck that I have 24 hours ahead of me today to get things right. I'm going to still go back to the motherfucking past that no longer is here anymore. It's a fairy tale. I'm just going to keep going back to that. And so, once again, we have to show up and we have to show out. We have to show up to ourselves. Fuck showing up for everybody else. Show up for yourself. Okay? Knowing yourself, respecting yourself. And like I said, commercialized spirituality got a lot of y'all fucked up. And it's why things are not going right for you. And you may think like, well, girl, shit ain't going right for you neither. Bitch, I learned a long time ago not to put y'all in my business every motherfucking day, all motherfucking day. Because every time you do it, I told y'all, I come forward. And then all of a sudden, girl, see, we told you this motherfucker's scandalous because the bitch got her motherfucking car shot up. The fuck out of here, bitch. If everything in life is meant to go perfect, bitch, because we're not talking about you're supposed to go through shit to where you're down and you're out. We're not saying you're supposed to go to shit to where you stay broke and bummed, because I don't believe in that. I believe in a prosperous, abundant, giving God. That's what I believe in. So I don't believe in none of that shit, girl. If you're going through something that deals with financial issues and all that good shit, there's something going on in you that ain't right. But going into flat tires, going into car accidents, going into possibly whatever happened, whatever comes, you do not surrender to that experience. You grow from that experience. You did not get broken by that experience. That experience taught you, now I need to be a little more careful when I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what that teaches you. But like I said, bummy ass, broke ass, and when I say broke, I mean broken spirit ass motherfuckers, every time they look for a space and opportunity, and it's like, I told y'all our spells are manifesting. Well, if you're so powerful, then get right up. If you're so powerful, clear out your bankruptcies. If you're so powerful, get your criminal record just off, as I mentioned before. If you're so powerful, get your own apartment, get your own house. If you're so powerful, live your life. If you're so powerful, girl, get that retirement up because you're close to retiring. Get it all up. If you're so powerful, get up right. Get it on up. Get it on up. Like say anybody know me in real life know exactly what I say, bitch. I say what I mean what I fucking say. I set out to do something, bitch, I do it. If I tell y'all right now, bitch, you know what, y'all? In the next 2 weeks, I think I want to go to Dubai. I guarantee in 2 weeks I'm going to motherfucking Dubai. If that means I gotta work for 2 weeks straight and don't get no sleep, bitch, I'm gonna motherfucking do it. Bitch, ow, come on in here. Because that's the goddess in me. Okay. But like I said, people are always looking for space and opportunities when they are commercialized to keep commercializing and hexing people. And I keep telling you, I think it's a generational um magical thing. It's like a trickling effect. I think the masses, or the the people, the elite people, brainwash people underneath them. And then now people who are brainwashed and their life show it, right? They've never taken full responsibility of their own life. They never got back their power. Now they gotta have power over somebody. So that's when they come to TikTok, IG, YouTube, and now it's I'm the baddest witch, and you need to bow down to me. And I'm just like, okay, bitch. But if you were all that bad, you wouldn't be on the internet. You'd be out there doing real moves in real life. Okay. If you were all that bad. I kind of think of like Billy Badasses, people that get out of line shit. Bitch, you so big and bad, join the military. You so big and bad, bitch. Join the motherfucking army if you so big and bad. You so big and bad, bitch. Go to a third world country, live there for fucking 6 months and come back and let me know how you are. Y'all so big and bad and y'all so tough and rough. Bitch, go to fucking South America and let me know how you do it, bitch. Binge you all this little shit. Boom, boom, do. Yeah, you so bad. Yeah, I'm that bitch. I'm that girl. You that girl over there in that weak ass hood because there's weak ass people over there and you so called the strongest link. And that's why you that bad. But bitch, you ain't that bad in Oakland. You ain't that bad in motherfucking East LA or South LA, for that matter. You ain't that bad over there in motherfucking Chicago neither. Bitch, they act like they be so big and bad. Bitch, we run Arlington. We run Fort Wayne. Girl, the fuck out of here. Fort Wayne ain't even on the top 50 worst cities in America. What the fuck are you talking about? You that girl. Like, girl, sit down. You're that bad. Like I said, join the military, join the army. Make a difference. Make a difference, girl, if you're that big and bad. Join the Navy SEAL, honey. Take it out on people that might be invading the country doing something. Like, girl, like I said, sit down somewhere. But commercialized spirituality is really, really, running amok and really, really teaching people fuckery. Like I even mentioned before, going into, spiritual houses and stuff. And I always say this, and I will continue to say this, that can't no man or woman tell me how to connect with spirit. Can no man or woman sit here and be like, I got all the answers because I'm a man like you. I walk in the flesh like you. So I got more answers than you, and you could never get the answers I get. Bullshit. If I want to reach out to any type of spirit or any spirit reaches out to me, because I let spirits reach out to me, okay? When we talk about Oshun, when we talk about any other spirit that I told you I'm connected with, I didn't seek after these spirits. People that are with these spirits either gifted the spirit to me or the spirit showed up to me. Even when I tried to say, no, I'm not really into that stuff. I can't get into the, Pan-Africanism. I can't get into that stuff because it seems very anti-homo, very anti-trans, very anti-woman. Like, I can't get into that. And then spirit show up and be like, bitch, listen, stop letting these people tell you who I am and let me show you. Let me show you that why I'm the goddess of abundance. Let me show you why I'm the goddess of fertility. Let me show you why I'm the goddess of riches, why I'm the goddess of whatever. Let me show you. And they come in and they show me. They show me and they show out. So that's what I said. Commercialized spirituality, and what rubs me the wrong way is when people tell you, you can't do that because you're not crowned. You can't do that because you have not been scratched. Baby girl, baby boy, you're in that fake ass commercialized shit. You're in that, and what I see here, and I'm, even talk about with y'all, what I'm seeing here, it's kind of like an ugly ass spirit, right? Like a weak ass spirit that had no power, that had no acknowledgement, right? Throughout history, people ignored the spirit because they were like, yeah, that spirit is nasty. That spirit is perverted. That spirit is deviant. That spirit is trifling. That spirit is gutter butt. And going into all these, people trying to be Oshun. See, this connects to that. This spirit was so nasty and so disruptive that it convinced someone who was open to be connected, right? Because people said their spirit's always hanging around, and I got to get high to connect with that spirit. That's low vibrational. The spirit shows up and say, I'm Oshun, sweetie. Now, mind you, the person who's interpreting this is higher than a motherfucker. They may not be high off of marijuana. They may not be high off of pills. They may not be high off heroin, but maybe they're high off of sugar, insulin resistance. Who knows? Maybe they high off the chemicals, the pesticides in the fucking McDonald's they eating. Who knows? But they're high and they're like, y'all, Shun came to me and she told me that I can only deal with her if I go to this person. I pay them 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. And like I said, I know a lot of people get fucked up by that and it rubs in the wrong way because I got into it with somebody, a couple of years ago when they were like, well, if I want to do that, let me do that. I'm not telling you not to do that. But what I'm saying is, if I need to connect with Oshun, if I need to connect to Yewa, if I need to connect to Yimaya, they're going to show up and show out with me. And if they're not showing up and showing out me because they're saying, baby, you need to go through this first before you can get to me, then that's the spirit I don't want to deal with. Because why am I going to submit to another person in the flesh who has fallen from grace, who is weak, just like I'm weak, because while they're in their flesh, they still have physical desires, fleshly desires. They're still liars. They still could be thieves. They still could be, con artists, whatever, rapists, whatever the human could be. They could still be that. They still are tampered with. So why do I have to connect with this person, and connect with you when if you're with me, you're with me? Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me that I have to go to you for you to tell me who I'm with if I'm with her. If that's my spiritual mother or that's my spiritual father, then they're going to always be there. I don't need you to direct me there. Right? And you can give me information, but I don't need you to give me your rules. Well, this is how it's practiced, and I need you to shave your hair off, and I need you to pin this and pin that. Girl, bad. And like I said, you be looking at these people and you're like, damn, but financially, I'm more well off than them. So how are they connected to that spirit? And they're so-called crowned with that spirit. Health-wise, I'm more healthy than them. How are they connected to that spirit, more spirit than I am? Because they got crowned and scratched. Like, it doesn't make sense. But once again, commercialized spirituality. Going into the fakeness, going into this is not real spirituality. I gotta have one up on you. And I mentioned this before, even going into the pastors and stuff. The pastors and stuff, that all came about because Christianity was made by a person. You can do your research on that. Mormonism, Buddhism, this is all people that came out and said, let me construct a religion that I can control people and get people to submit to me. Going into egotistical maniacs, going into narcissism. That's where this all shit, that's where this shit started from. Because if I'm connected to that spirit, then why can't I go to that spirit in the spirit? Why have to go to that spirit in the flesh with you? And you probably praying on me. You probably like, ooh, damn, I want to fuck this bitch. Like, honey, like I said, I'm not a fan of that. And like I said, spirits have shown me themselves without me having to connect with people. And that's why I've been able to show people the way. Once again, without you having no one, anybody who's never been scratched, you can't trust that. Well, if I have been scratched, I will never share that with you because that's something that I keep to myself. I would never share that. I don't think anybody who's really into spirituality sit here and give you a rundown. I was scratched, y'all. Here's my pictures, once again, going into altars and shit. You will never see an altar. If you ever see an altar, it's a makeshift altar for the sake of doing work for clients. You will never see my personal altars. Okay? You will never see that. Okay? And I will say that, and I will continue to say that. These years I've been on YouTube, 2016, bitch, I will never show you my actual altar. Bitch, I might have a new picture of myself on the altar. Bitch, you think I want to, like I said, show you the inside of me like that? Like, who are you? Who are you? But that's the delusion, right? That is the fakeness of this culture that we're now experiencing. And once again, why spirit is not showing up and showing out for most. Why people are not tapping into these energies. They're not really tapping into, these deities. They're tapping into what they think these deities are like, right? Like, oh, well, I was told Oshun does this, so I have to do ABC. And I'm just like, that's kind of weird, though, because I've done a ritual for Oshun, and I did something completely opposite of that, and I still got the same results. So you saying this is not Oshun? blessing me because, bitch, it's been 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 22. It's been 6 years. It's been 6 years. So what's really going on? And you so-called got crowned and scratched. And in these 6 years, you're still the same broke ass bummy ass bitch. And Oshuna's not broken bummy. So I needed to be made sense for me. I need you to break this down for me. How you're dealing with a spirit that's about healing, but yet you cannot heal your mouth. I need it to make sense. You're still walking with sickness in your body when we all know that sicknesses starts with diet. Someone tried to tell me this too the other day, because I tell y'all this and I'm continue to say this, going into spiritual energy, Reiki, and all the good shit, bitch. Once again, certified. I may not be a doctor, but I'm definitely a certified energy reader. Okay. Someone tried to tell me that their doctor told them that their case of whatever illness they have is more severe because they got it from both sides of their family. And I told them flat out, what you need to do is figure out what it is that you're doing and putting in your body, or that you're not putting in your body, that's causing your body to experience this sickness. Because a lot of this shit is connected to trauma. A lot of stuff is connected to, once again, holding things within our body, and it manifests into physical things. So you may not realize this, but this physical manifestation of this illness that you have might be connected to something as simple as, once again, a relative telling you when you were younger, no. And you still think about that. Oh, I don't want to ask her that because she told me no when I was 3 years old. So once again, now the body's becoming disconnected. It is at a dis-ease, and now you're sick. And then once again, going into your body and what your diet needs. Going into even like diets and stuff, y'all. Like, I've been losing weight, and once again, not doing nothing crazy. I told y'all I signed it for. I went to a medical place to get the healthy just of losing weight and stuff. But everything's been based on energy, right? Like me knowing, energetically, and going into spiritual stuff. Anyway, I won't get into that. But I know people that once again will say they're spiritual, but yet they're like, I can only A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I can only, do this in order to lose weight. I can only do this to feel better. And I'm just like, I'm just a little confused here, because what the energy is telling me on that is that you're scared of something. What the energy is telling me on that is that you're afraid of something, and this fear is manifesting as starvation, or this fear is manifesting as overeating, or this fear is manifesting as whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. So once again, we have to take accountability and responsibility for ourselves and our experiences. We have to know who and what we are, where we come from, and where we're going. And this is why we do ancestor work. This is why we work and connect with spirits. Okay. Going even into, well, how do I know if I'm really even connecting to Oshun or Ganesha? Honey, if you don't know truth, when truth comes and show you and slap you right in the face, then bitch, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Okay. Going into commercialized spirituality, it will have you fucked up. I know people right now that got work done by Buddhists, that had work done by Ifa, that had work done by Santeria, that had work done by this, by that. Like, they just go around to in and everybody, get everybody's energy, and then wonder why the shit ain't manifesting. It's just like, because you don't know yourself. You don't know yourself. Like, the magic you seek is within you, hun. The magic you seek is not predominantly in Christianity. The magic you see is not predominantly in voodoo. The magic you seek is not predominantly in whatever the hell else that you think it's in. It's in you. So when you get you right, that's when things work. And that also goes into this too, going into people, telling people, I'm not going to teach you magical things because you might use this magic against me. Like, first of all, nothing is new under the sun. And that also goes into commercialized spirituality too. And I keep saying this too. Every time you meet a spirituality or spiritualist that's teaching anything about sexism, racism, anything that deals with the flesh, right? And they want you to stay on that. Or that goes into, once again, oh, we don't teach you what we know because you might use it against us. No, bitch, you don't teach people what you fucking know because you get your shit from a fucking book. Y'all out here reading down Catherine Wrought-Iron. Y'all out here reading down all these other people that so-called went to the South and did these root workers and wrote books of shit, went to Hades and got the shit. Y'all reading these people down, but y'all be reading their books and teaching people what the fuck you reading these fucking books. And that's why everybody's voodoo and hoodoo is the same. That's why Alabama hoodoos do the same fucking. And I'm just like, I just needed to make sense of me because I know people in Alabama that do hoodoo. I know people in Tennessee that do hoodoo. Missouri, Kentucky, Mississippi, Louisiana, California, Nevada, and like nobody's hoodoo is the same. So I'm really just be sitting on here looking at YouTube, and these people are like, "I'm from Alabama." Like, girl, it's as tricky as even your accents. Like, first of all, your accents are different. So I'm thinking your magics and your way of life is different too. But hoes will literally sit up on here, spiritual hoes, because that's the fuck they is, bitch. They're not spiritualists, they're spiritual hoes. Okay. They would literally sit up on this motherfucking video and be like, today we're gonna do a black cat ritual. Where did the black cat ritual even come from? Because bitch, you from motherfucking Alabama. And the last time I checked, the black cat ritual came from Mexico, and you don't even like Mexicans. So please let me understand, where exactly did you get that from? And we're gonna do a breakup spell, and just so happen, girl, it's a Tennessee breakup spell. And I'm just like, well, I thought you said you were in Oklahoma. I thought you said you were in Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. Like, how the fuck? Because once again, that's why these people be saying this shit. I don't show you what I know because you might use it against me. First of all, baby girl, if they come to a real spiritualist like myself and you do any type of workings on them or for them, we can break it down to them exactly what you did. See, when we talk about reading spirit and interpreting energies, it's not just for show. It's not just to talk. Like we're talking about, we literally tap in and we literally can see folded right in front of us, whether it's physically, spiritually, in the astral plane, and we can see exactly what the fuck you did, unless of course you know not to do it. But I think if you come forward and you say, I don't show people the working I know how to do because they might do it against me, I think you're kind of snitching on yourself and saying that you don't know how to cover your tracks. So we're already looking at you like, okay, bitch, so you don't really know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't really know what the fuck you're doing. So like I said, nothing is new under the sun. And whether they know how to do, they can still get your ass together. So I think it's very, I think it's very commercialized. I would say fuckery, but I think it's very commercialized and very non-spiritual for people to be like, I don't teach what I know because you might use it against me. They could still use it against you, baby. They could still get you together. They don't have to know what you know to get you together. There's 1,000,001 hex spells. There's 1,000,001 breakup spells. There's 1,000,001 curse spells. There's 1,000,001 jinx spells. There's 1,000,001 whatever death spells. Like they don't have to know how you do what you do to get you together, bruh. Like get it together. Like really think about this for a minute, y'all. Like really think about this. Louisiana hoodoo and voodoo is not better and greater than Florida hoodoo and voodoo. And Florida hoodoo and voodoo is not greater than Alabama or Mississippi or Missouri or Kentucky or Tennessee. Shout out to my Tennessee sisters and brothers and Kentucky brothers and sisters, honey. Anyway, those are the two states that would show me a lot of love, girl, when it comes to their little groups and stuff, honey. Shout out to y'all. But anyway, so with that being said, I can do my Tennessee hoodoo, and you could do your Floridian hoodoo, or you could do your Dominican voodoo, or you could do your Haitian voodoo. And once I catch wind that you did something on me, bitch, now I know how to do this to ABCD to break that shit up, and now, bitch, we're going to do it. So, like I said, I don't need to know exactly how you did or do what you do to get you together, boo. I don't have to. I don't have to do what you do or know what you did to get you together. I have the right to do justifiable magic. I have a right to interpret any energy that does not sit well with me. And that's a lot of people don't be understanding either. If something doesn't sit well with my spirit, I have every right to ask questions about that energy. And if you don't like that, then you don't connect with me. If you don't like that, and of course that's going into personal and public, it doesn't matter. If there's something, I don't really want you to know this about me. Well, bitch, you don't connect with me because I'm going to ask, especially when you're around me. People are I keep telling you, I don't trust nobody. Everybody can get it. Okay, going into me dealing with people in the industry, dealing with people outside the industry, bitch. I don't fuck with people, period, because I've seen some very fucked up shit happen. People told me stories. I have cousins that are dead right now. I have friends that are dead right now because of fucked up ass situations. People setting these people up, and you're thinking that it's your friend. You thinking that, oh my God, they love me. They would never do that. They invited me to their house. They let me sleep in their bed. They fought this bitch from me before. And girl, that's the bitch that set you up, and now you dead. Like that's the type of shit that I've witnessed. So it's like I don't trust nobody. People could come across and be like, "I'm innocent. I love you. I will never do this to you," and just at a bam. Now a certain girl, they inviting you to a party. You go to the party. You're having fun. Your phone ring. Just so happen it's a friend you haven't talked with in a very long time. You step outside and you're gone. Because coming to find out, the shady ass bitch that's so called your friend now is a hater, and she was a decoy. This bitch that was your so called friend was like, I'm gonna teach this bitch. Let me send this bitch her way. So now, bitch, you come in the picture. I'm befriending you, and now it's a setup. So that's why the night that I'm gone, my friend I have not spoken in a very long time ended up calling me because y'all were working together this whole fucking time. And I didn't even see it coming for 7 years. See, that's the fucked up shit that people be doing. And that's why I be telling people, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust somebody. That's why I have one best friend. One best friend because that's one person I trust. Like I tell y'all, there's two people that I trust that walks the face earth right now, which is my best friend and my mother. Those are the only two people. Okay, and of course myself. But everybody else, bitch, I don't trust none of y'all. Bitch, I've seen people once again do some shady ass flippy shit. I've witnessed shit, girl, going even into like, in the recent years. I've seen people go from talking shit about people, fuck this bitch, she ain't nothing, he ain't nothing, to all of a sudden, mysteriously, they have a question, they hit that person up. Within 2 minutes, that person replied. And I'm just like, wait a minute, I thought y'all don't talk like that. Oh, we don't. Well, how did they respond so quickly, though? Like, I'm reading that energy, honey. And like I said, you can sit here and play those games all day long. But somebody who don't fuck with somebody or somebody who not dealt with somebody in all these years, they're not gonna respond that damn fast. So I'm like, there's some little, agenda going on. Like I said, even going into, people I know, girl. I know they had a conversation about me behind my back. It's okay because I had a conversation about your ass behind your back. So it's definitely okay. But like I said, honey, they played that role. I love you. You're my friend. I will never do that and sit on a motherfucking phone and say, well, do. Just being secret as shit. Anyway, let's get up off of that. With that being said, okay, y'all, it's time for authentic people to come forward. Like I was thinking about this too the other day. Like somebody showed a video of a life coach, a mentor. This was like I think 2 days ago, where the life coach was sitting here. Allegedly, she's a millionaire life coach. She was sitting here with this other young woman, and she was calling her like a hood rat and shit. Like that's a hood rat, and I'm a goddess, right? And this lady was basically showing the plate, right? But everybody was peeping in this video that this alleged hood rat was not doing the stuff that this so-called queen was doing, right? And what this queen was doing, right, queen, it was ghetto, it was tacky, right? Licking, I don't know why the fuck I got hiccups, y'all. Excuse me, I'm getting hiccups and shit. Going into this queen licking her finger, with her legs spread open, hunched over like a man, and that's ghetto, and this and that, and then licking her finger and touching a girl's plate. I was just like, girl, that's some tech ass shit right there. That's not a queen shit. And then coming to find out, this mentor lady allegedly have multiple baby daddies that she was never married to. She was actually engaged to people, but cut off the engagement because she didn't want to submit. And so I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, this is what I be thinking with these spiritual people and stuff, right? Like they be trying to be here and they be trying to show you the way, and they be trying to act like they so deep with the words they speak, and the spirit told me this, and oh girl, and these simp ass people, oh girl, that was deep. That ain't no fucking deep shit, bitch. What the fuck? First of all, if the bitch is so damn deep, why her life don't show it? Like I keep saying this to y'all, people's life will reflect back to you and to themselves how their mindset is. Like I said, the worst experience that I've ever been in, because they said we all make mistakes. Yeah. I mean, if I have to look back on mistakes, yeah, befriending the wrong people, but you never caught me with my pants down. Like you never saw me following these fucked up ass people. You never saw me doing fucked up ass shit. So like I said, I don't understand that aspect when people say shit like that. But it's like we do all make mistakes, but my mistakes ain't stealing. Like my mistakes ain't purposely and intentionally doing some shitty ass shit because we all know right from wrong, right? Like we all know how to obey, the law. We all know how, like we're taught this stuff. And even if we're not taught this stuff at home, we're taught this stuff in school. So unless you tell me that you never went to school, then I'm like, okay, I can see why you were a criminal. But you went to school, you've seen other people outside. Oh, my mom and them taught me how to be a thief and a liar and a thief and a cheater. So all your friends are the same way. So nobody ever came to you in your real life. But yet you're connected to a Oshun, right? Yes, your head is a goddess, right? Your head is a god. You royalty and shit, right? So none of these spirits ever came forward. Your ancestors were kings and queens too, right? But they never came forward and they never said, "Baby, you can do better. Baby, let me show you somewhere differently." They never said, "Baby, you're ready to elevate. Let me bring somebody into your life that's going to show you how to elevate." They never did that. They never said that. I'm telling y'all, girl, this is why I don't be friending these people, girl. These people be on some fuck shit. They be on some fuck shit. That's what I be saying too. What I'm gonna start doing, y'all, and I've been telling y'all this, like really, really honestly, personally speaking, when we're getting to know each other personally, I need proof starting 2023, and I actually make it December 21st, that you have gotten help from any trauma that you've dealt with, going into being trans, going into being LGBT, whatever alternative lifestyle. You need a therapist every day. You need a psychologist every day because every day society is putting something on you that is not you. Every day society is shaming you and telling you that you should do this or you should do that. And that's traumatizing. So once again, if you are trying to elevate and you are trying to become the best that you possibly can be, I need you in therapy. I need you with a psychologist. I need you with a counselor. And if you're not seeing these things, because of course you don't got to go into your sessions and, oh, I just had my therapy session yesterday. But baby, I need proof. Because if there's no proof there, then bitch, everything that we're talking about is worthless. And honestly, we're not really building anything. And now I'm dealing with the trauma in you. Now I'm fighting with the unresolved issues in you. Now I'm fighting with the person who's pissed off at her mama or her daddy or her brother or her sister or her auntie, her uncle. And that's just how I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it as, yeah, I'm not really fighting. If we ever do fight, like I'm not really fighting with her because the real her would not be sitting here fighting about some basic ass shit. This is the traumatized her. This is the traumatized him. Like that's what I'm gonna start taking. So, like I said, I need to see proof that you're working on bettering yourself, and it's not just about self, healing and shit, because that all works hand in hand. Therapy, goes hand in hand with a psychologist. Psychologists go hand in hand with a spiritual advisor. That goes hand in hand with a Reiki teacher. That goes hand in hand with self work, right? Self work, your affirmations, your mantras. Today, I'm going to do ABCDFG. Today, I could slap a bitch, but I'm not going to. I'm going to count down. Or today, I'm really pissed off. I don't want to talk to nobody because I really want to cuss the bitch out right now because she lightweight threw shade at me. Whatever the case may be. You have to take accountability, responsibility for yourself, and I need to see it. If I don't see the grown you and the grown, nurturing that inner child, baby, like I said, we cannot be buddy, close, because bitch, like I said, I don't got time for that bullshit. We're moving forward. We're elevating as a consciousness, or we're elevating consciously as society, and you're being a hindrance, honey. You're either with us or you're against us. And if you're not trying to do your own work on yourself, then you're against us. You're not going to be a good friend. You're not going to be a good teacher. You're not going to be a good mother. You're not going to be a good neighbor. You're not going to be a good driver. You're going to be, and oh girl, that's just really some deep shit too, thinking about all that. Really, really going into the cashier who comes to work and she's rude to you. Really going into when you go to get food at the drive-thru and they throw the food at you. Really going into you checking out and they throw money at you. Like, this is really some unresolved trauma. And that's like you telling people, like, you got to hold people accountable. Like, I hate being redundant about that, but you really got to hold people accountable because some people do the work. Like me, I did the work. I still do the work. Bitch, it's not always easy. Sometimes I don't want to do it. Sometimes I want to say, fuck you, fuck the world, don't call me. Sometimes I want to be that girl. But once again, it's a work in progress. And I'm like, bitch, no, I cannot be that way. Because now it's going to be antisocial. Now it's going to be, I'm depressed. Now it's going to be, I can't really go out and be a good, citizen. Now it's going to be, now I can't really go out and help my sister girl. I can help my brethren. Like, I'm just going to be this miserable ass, grumpy ass bitch, and I'm going to push it onto other people. And that's how we thinking too. Like, people don't really give a fuck about that. They don't really give a fuck about, if they're going to fuck up other people's energy today. They don't give a fuck about if they're going to piss somebody off. They're not going to give a fuck about if we're going to cause an accident today. Going into that too. People driving crazy on the highway. Once again, that's unresolved trauma. Now you get into an accident and now, bitch, I'm stuck in the fucking freeway for fucking 30 minutes because your dumbass get into an accident and I gotta wait for your dumbass to get moved off the fucking freeway. Let's talk about it for a minute. Going into being in public, people going to the store. I'm going to steal today. Now the stores get locked down. Now we all got to wait inside the fucking store for the police to come before the doors get open. Now, girl, I'm late. Now my food is in the car getting cold. If I was, I just think about all that shit. And now my day get fucked up because your day was fucked up and you don't give a fuck. Going into laws and shit being passed. They don't just think of laws. Things happen that was bad and they say, bitch, we're going to pass a law now. Today, I went into Walgreens to get some floss and they ID'd me because the floss is menthol floss. And I said, excuse me, I need an ID to buy my floss menthol. And she was like, yeah, because I'm assuming that is menthol. And I said, ma'am, that is the dumbest shit I've heard. I said, bitch, I'm calling corporate tomorrow to verify this. And I am. When I wake up tomorrow, bitch, because I left there around 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Tomorrow when I get up today, I'm going to give them a motherfucker call and say, can you explain to me why I was ID'd for some fucking floss? Like, I don't give a fuck if it was menthol, Renshaw, bitch, to floss my motherfucking teeth, I got ID'd. Like, make it make sense to me. So, bitch, like I said, something must have happened where some lady was like, my son got high and he got high off of floss. So I need y'all to implement a law to where we got to ID these mofos. The fuck out of here, bitch. Fuck you and fuck your... Excuse me. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay. Listen. That's it for me, honey. Come on in here, Jay. Yes, with the yellow, sorry. Come on in here. Yes, honey. I've seen every group of color make it seem like a badge of honor to not get therapy as if it makes them stronger to live through trauma and heal. You know what? I've seen that too, but I've only heard, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll even go as far as urban people don't want to get help for their trauma. Like I have cousins and stuff, like, no shade. I have a cousin who, when she was younger, allegedly, mama had a lot of abortions when she was younger, allegedly. Like, I think her first abortion was at 12 years old. She was rushed to the hospital. They didn't want to tell us why, but I remember that she secretly told us that she may be pregnant. And at that time, I didn't know it was possible for 12-year-olds to get pregnant. So I was like, you're pregnant? Girl, you're not even grown yet. How the fuck you pregnant, bitch? Anyway, so mama was having all these abortions. Fast forwarding, as an adult, I saw mama and I got into her energy, and I just told her as an older cousin, and I just told her, I voluntarily said, you might want to think twice about pursuing this man, because this man, he just sees it as a trophy. Like, he's gonna have sex with you, he's gonna get you pregnant. And now everybody wanted that because you're attractive and you're talented and you're educated, which she is. She's very, very, very smart. And you're from the hood. And now he's going to bag you. And this is what it was. And, mama told me to shut up and mind my business, right? And then mama popped up pregnant. And I told her, my prophecy came true about your pregnancy. And, thank God this son is going to have your intelligence and stuff. But, you might want to think twice about blah, blah, blah. Once again, she told me, mind my business. And she was clowning me a little bit. Fast forwarding, y'all, mama ended up being a single mother. And then fast forwarding, mama had an animal that she was going to give out. Ooh, girl, shout out to Bella. Mama had a black dog, y'all. This was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Mama, no, 3 years ago now. 3 years ago. Mama had a black dog that she was trying to get rid of. And I said, oh, let me get this black dog, you know, because I want another dog. And mama had me waiting, y'all. I literally went to the pet store. I bought a leash. I bought dog food. I bought a water bowl. Mama's like, I'm taking my son shopping right now. Um, I'll be home at 5 o'clock, girl. 5 o'clock came around, y'all. I was even, going up around her neighborhood. Mama never ever replied to me. I texted her, she didn't respond. So finally I left, right? So mama lived like in Midtown. I lived on the outskirts of Stockton, in the suburbs. So, it was very trafficky. There was only like two ways in, y'all, literally two ways in, you know. And so it was a motherfucker because, girl, it was right before shopping. Anyway, y'all, I get home. I didn't get a response from her. I think 9 o'clock came. I got a response, and she said something about, I'm sorry, it took longer than expected. I'll call you later this week when I'm free. So, y'all, I'm literally just sitting here waiting on all this dog shit, y'all, the whole week. I said, I'm not even going to press it, right? Because I know it's like, okay, she's on some shit. Mama never got back to me, y'all. So, anyway, I was like, girl, if it's meant to be, whatever's meant to be, it's going to be. And then, of course, fast forwarding, we got Bella. So she, she's our all black dog that we wanted, y'all. But anyway, y'all, listen. Oh my God, I got the picture of the dog too, y'all. I still got it in my little thing. But listen, y'all. So mama was dating, well, at this time she wasn't dating nobody. But I saw something come in, right? And I told her, there's somebody from your past that's going to connect with you, and you might not want to pursue it because it's going to be some funny business. Now, yeah, mind y'all, we were having like, a little, even after she did some fucked up shit, we were having a little one-on-one time when I'm telling her this, do not pursue it because this man, he's going to be, I see him as he's horny right now. He likes to play house, but after he busts his, load or whatever, he's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. And sure enough, y'all, that's what happened. She gets pregnant by this guy. Everything looked good for 5 months. I know for these 5 months, she was like, bitch, told you he gonna be around. He gonna be around. Okay, girl, she's pregnant, 5 months into it. He's there on the 6th month. Daddy left high and dry. He went back to the Bay Area. She didn't hear from him. I think she started having complications or something too. And I was like, I'm not even gonna butt in. That's not my business. Mama didn't want to listen to it. Fuck it. And so anyway, someone else reached out to him and was like, what do you think is going on? And I said, listen, I already told her about brother man. He ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. Mama gonna be living a life as a single mother. Once again, going in unresolved trauma. Fast forwarding y'all, mama thought that she was gonna rekindle and get pregnant again. And mama actually lost that baby. Now, I don't wish that on anybody, but mama actually lost that baby. And once again, somebody asked me my opinion. And I said, well, to be honest with you, that was the universe way of telling her, like, bitch, you already been warned. When you get warned and you don't listen to the warning, and then you see the warning yourself, and then you still don't give a fuck about the warning, then the universe steps in sometimes and literally dumps shit on you. So you don't, so you don't go forward. And that's happened with that shit. So anyway, going into the trauma, a lot of, like I said, my experience with people from the hood, urbanized people, don't want to, resolve their trauma. And it's like, it shows up. You see it. You see it in the multiple relationships. You see it in the multiple pregnancies and not married. And some of them are even married with still multiple pregnancies. And it's like, you couldn't take care of the first baby, you were struggling. You couldn't take care of the second baby because you're struggling. And struggling to me is on welfare and getting housing and stuff. Like, that shit is to assist you until you find better. There's no way that I'm going to be, and I'm just speaking for myself in 2022, this is not the 80s no more, the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s. There's no way that I would see myself, and I don't give a fuck about any of that shit when you don't have children. That's why you're saying that. Well, bitch, it doesn't matter. Okay? Even if I don't have children, I can have children. Okay? So, bitch, put that away. Whether it's a woman or a man, bitch, I can still fucking get my input on it. I don't see myself being on government assistance, being needy, being helpless and hopeless. Hence, that's why I'm on welfare and stuff. And yet I'm gonna bring kids into this. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Let me just keep it. I couldn't take care of the first kid. The government had to help me raise my baby. Now I'm gonna keep doing it. And that should be fucking getting me too. And people be like, F the government, defund the government, but y'all on welfare and shit. Well, if you're gonna defund the police, defund the welfare too. And see how quick, see how that work out. Defund all that shit. Defund housing, defund Section 8, defund hood, defund all that shit, and see how good that's gonna work out. Okay, put that money into other shit like the school system and people that actually want to work. Give us the tax break. Okay, no tea, no shade. So I'm just like, Mama, there's no way I'm gonna sit here and be like, the government's gonna raise my kids, but yeah, I'm gonna keep having kids. Like I'm gonna keep having kids that I can't even take care of. And once again, that's trauma. Anybody got time for that, sis? Not in 2022, honey. Like that tough stubbornness is hindering hella. It sure is. Yes, honey, come on through. I know that's right. Come on in, tardy mortal. I was just watching your last live, then it froze, and I saw you were live. I know that's right, honey. Ain't no fucking freezing, honey. Fuck it. They find comfort in that trauma. You said it, tardy mortal. You said it. You said it. It's kind of like, we're in a relationship. We moved on from the relationship, tardy, right? Tardy, we moved on. Like, you abused me, you abandoned me, you neglected me. When we ended the relationship, I told you that, or if I didn't tell you, you should have known. And then 10 years later, it comes around and I see you and I'm like, fuck you. And you're like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on? And people are like, what happened? Oh, fuck that motherfucker. That motherfucker's the motherfucker who did this ABC. Like, girl, like, once again, why are you still bringing that up? Like, that's an old thing. We're not even the same person, girl. We change every 7 years. We're not even the same people, girl. Like, why are we still talking about this shit? Are you gonna move on or you're not gonna move on? So for me, I think it's mental illness. I think they find comfort in that trauma because they're mentally ill. Okay, there might be autism, and there's no tea no shade with that, but they said that autism, autistic, what they call a stimul. I don't know. Hell, it's a ST word. It's a stimulus. Anyway, the lady was saying it, honey. They had a video where the lady daughter went to go grab her hair and the hair was not there and she started crying and she said, I will never cut my daughter's hair because she used her hair to stem. There you go, to stem. And I said, she used her hair to stem. So it's comfort to her to know the hair is there. So it's comfort to these traumatized motherfuckers to know that trauma's still there. Like, they don't want to grow from it, right? They're like, yeah, I can move on, but I don't want to move on. If I move on, then I'll never be me. If I move on, then I'll never be the same girl that I was when I experienced it. Like, girl. Okay. Not a we could. Yeah, we could, girl. Talk about she ran the hood. Like, girl, if you could run a life like that, go to Oakland. Go to East Oakland. If you could run the shit like that, sis. Go to Chicago. Go to, bitch. Bitch, go to Chicago, the Harvey Projects. If you that bad, bitch, I'm that big girl. They used to come to me back in the day, but yet now you're on the internet fighting with people. I never knew real gangsters got on the internet and fought with people on the internet. I never knew real gangsters get on the internet and fight with people. I've never heard of that. Real gangsters don't even talk about what they're gonna do. They just do it. So I'm just like, what type of shit is going on here? Just because you got a criminal record system don't mean you that hard. Because I remember back in the day, I met a lady, beautiful woman too. She went to prison for embezzlement and smuggling. And I couldn't believe it because this lady was wholesome, Martha Stewart type girl. She was very put together. And I was like, you went to jail for embezzlement and smuggling, because she had to tell me because she was on parole. She needed a place to stay to be paroled, y'all. Girl, this was back in the day, girl, when I had roommates. When I got my first apartment, and then I got roommates. This was the girl back in the day, girl, like 2009, 2010. And anyway, so mama was like, yeah, I smuggled, I brought some contraband in, wasn't supposed to. And I was working at a company where I was managing money and I was taking money here and there. And then I was like, oh, girl, I got away with 50,000. Let me go to 100,000. She said she just got greedier. And then she's like, bitch, if I can get away with 100,000, I get caught. Let me do 20,000. And literally, somebody came in and audited the books or something like that. Like, they hired a new person to do the finances and they traced it back. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, girl. But anyway, girl, Mama, like I said, she didn't give me that evilness, but if mama told me she was a thug, I would have been like, ma'am, you embezzled from a corporation. You smuggled contraband when you went to go deal with somebody like one of these niggas you were dating. Ma'am, you were a runner. Yeah, what they call it, a missionary. Girl, you are not that girl. Okay, stop it. Okay. They're having hurricanes and mudslides down near the Caribbean. Hmm. Those Orishas are pissed off. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Those Orishas are pissed off. Bobby, him and them tried to say these hurricanes were the black spirits coming back to claim land and all this good shit. And I'm just like, but slaves were in Alabama, slaves were in Mississippi, slaves were in Texas. They had slaves hiding in Louisiana. If that's the case, don't you think that whole damn state will be flipped upside down? Like, don't you think they will come through and they will fuck up all that? These people still got their establishments. The mayors and the parish county owner, the parishes, people over the parishes, they still are living. Wouldn't these spirits come through and really fuck some shit up to where these people would be the one dying? I'm just saying. I'm not, I don't wish I don't know about it. But I'm just like, I really think that these are the Orishas and the spirits that people are so-called playing with and conjuring, and they're getting their ass right together. Going into the extremes of a lot of shit that was going over the past years. Like I told you, spiritual people passing away and shit. I'm like, these are spirits seeking revenge because y'all playing in their motherfucking faces. And then y'all sitting there and saying, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. And I'm just like, no, girl, ain't no poor you, poor you, poor you, poor you, poor you. You're not learning your lesson. The spirits got your ass together. That's why you lost your house. And now you still on here playing with spirits. I'm going to the good day. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, sis, the last time you said that, they took your house. And you still haven't learned your lesson. Now you're doing it, they took your car. And it's just like, you look at all these spiritual people that have sitting here playing with these spirits, you're like, damn, that is right. Like, mama says she's working with Oya and all these other spirits, but it's like, damn, mama ain't stepping up, mama's stepping back. Like, mama's not aging gracefully, she's not aging like wine. Mama got all the magical potions, but yeah, she looking wiggly and witchy, like the Hollywood witches. Okay, fucked up. That's the fake shit. Because real witches, girl, when you age, you age finally. Okay. Anyway, that my business, girl. Girl. That ain't my business. Okay. Okay. Come on in here, Debbie. Yes, honey. Come on in here. Joey, yes, honey. Daddy, yes, honey. About a month ago, YouTube kept pushing out all these how to spot a narcissist or am I a narcissist videos. Like, why is this popping up on my recommendation page? Totally weird. Yeah, they be pushing a lot of bullshit. Ain't nobody playing with that. They're pushing a lot of bullshit. Shone is my head, but I feel like Oya reached out, so I answered her call. I know that's right. Well, this is what they tell you. They tell you that Oshun is your head, and the picture that you got right there is the spirit that they tell you is really Oshun when it's really not. Oh, come on in here. Hello? Come on in here. I know that's right, honey. Hello? Yeah, these Raymond Bucklands, then all of a sudden they think they pro after reading the book, and Alpha Service was like, no, man. Right, Debbie Irene? I just be sitting there looking at these people like, ma'am, like going into tarot and stuff, I keep telling you this. There is no right or wrong way to read tarot. Tarot is a gift, right? It's divination. But someone who has the real gift to divine could divine flashcards. Once again, with tarot cards, there's a story being told by these tarot cards, and of course there's a standard reading, like, okay, well, usually when you see the Empress, it means this. Usually when you see the Fool, it means this. The Magician means this. The Nine of these, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands, whatever, it means ABCG. But once again, there's so many systems in place behind that one card, right? That one card, that it's impossible for you to keep it booked, right? To be like, hey, this card is showing blah, blah, blah. Because once again, it's how people give fake readings, right? They'll tell you what the card means. And then somebody say, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, yeah, that card can mean that too. Like, no, man, what does that card mean to that person? So going into telling stories, you see the cards and you tell the stories that's in those cards. Going into the oracle card stuff too. I don't read none of those instructions that I get when I get these oracle cards and these tarot cards. I don't read none of those instructions. When I see these cards, because I can see, I have I can tap in this card is representing this. It could show a picture of a white woman with a book, but I'm seeing it as a black woman who was a nanny. So now somebody's like, can you give me a reading on my grandmother? Or can you give me the reading on who is always with me? And then I see this card of this Caucasian woman, with this book in her hand, like she's a librarian. And now I'm seeing this story being unfolded. Like, wait a minute, there's a grandmother coming through, because once again, I'm tapping in for this person. There's a grandmother coming through, and she was like a nanny of some sort. Like, she looked after children. Bam. But let somebody else who got the same fucking cards, they're going to say, how did that bitch say that shit? Because that's not what that card means. Well, once again, because you're going by the books, I'm going by spirit. Okay. I'm not a commercialized witch. Okay. Commercialized witches and spiritualists, honey, you go by the books and you carry your tarot with you and you're reading everybody. Can I read you? Can I read you? Not knowing that energy get up on you. And we were going to talk about that today too, going into my sister and I, why I said I don't do certain workings in my home, because when you connect with people, you take a piece of their energy. You take a piece of them with you as well. So it's like, now you're doing this shit for free. Now something get on you. Now you sick with something. You didn't charge for that reading. Now you got to go to the doctor. You got to pay the copay because you don't know what's going on with you because you got sick with something. Or maybe you're exhausted where you can't work for 3 or 4 days. So now you got a commission to where you were making $110 a day. Now you're not making nothing. And you missed 5 days of work. Girl, that's almost $700. So it's like, once again, because you did a free reading, okay, not knowing that to do a cleanse, okay, that costs money, okay? Whatever you do before you get in that bitch, there's money involved with items and products. Like I said, going into what I do, bitch, I gotta pay for shit. So it's like, yeah, there's no free, let me tap in. And now I gotta take that shit with me. I told you I learned that a long time ago. Used to go out, sitting here dealing with people, tap into that energy, and sometimes people got upset because I'm like, damn, why am I giving this person a reading? But it's just something would just come over me where I'm like, yeah, you look like you got money, but you really don't, huh? Like you're struggling with something. And they're like, what? Yeah, you're going through something right now. Like you're struggling. Like I get struggly energy from you. And they're like, what are you? And I'm like, well, I interpret energy, because I don't say I'm a psychic. I say I interpret energy, and your energy is telling me like there's something really going on here. Then before you know it, the lady's like, yeah, I was married to a wealthy man. He kicked me out because he wanted to fuck my daughter. And so, he's her stepfather. He kicked me out. I've been sick for the past 3 months. I got darker. Like I told you our story, girl, the lady at Jenny's, honey. Mama was like Beyonce color, and girl, mama was really dark when I saw her. And she was like, this is not my real skin color. And then she showed me her pictures, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot going on. And blood. I was like, there's something going on with the blood. And Mr. Leah was like, he was like, oh my God, this bitch is giving a reading. Oh my God. And he's like, why you just couldn't give her your YouTube link or something? And that motherfucker walked, y'all. It was like 2:00 in the morning, y'all. And he lived in the hood. Girl, it was 2:00 in the morning. And he walked from Denny's. And I said, whoa, this motherfucker bold. But I guess when when you a ghetto Mexican, girl, I guess, girl, he can handle himself. I don't know. Anyway. Girl, they put the spirit of confusion and spiritual oppression on Auntie Wendy. Then you see her walking around looking lost and confused on the streets of New York. Yeah, I already told y'all, Auntie Wendy is dealing with spells and rituals. I can go down a whole list of people that I see that are spellbound, going into Nene Leaks and stuff, and I'm a little shocked by that too. Going into Nene Leaks, like something happened with her son, and I'm just like, girl, that's spiritual. And there's allegedly a spiritualist on YouTube that's claiming to work with Nene. And I'm just like, so you kind of outed yourself, and now we don't even think you're powerful, because why are you letting your client get fucked up the way she's getting fucked up? And this motherfucker be sitting here really on this live telling people, you're going to take a black candle and you're going to do this and that. You're going to put oil. And I'm just like, this is that foo-foo shit right there. This, that I need to make a living, because the motherfucker even told the story how the motherfucker left this part, went to LA to start a life, became homeless in LA. No shade. I'm not even making this a laughing matter, but became homeless in LA. And then spirit said, you need to learn how to read tarot. So he learned how to read tarot. And now all of a sudden he's this multi-millionaire tarot. And I don't see that neither. There's no Tino shade with that. Because going into what I know about spirit and going into what I know about people in the industry, I'm like, girl, You got to be into some nasty shit in order to get money like that. No shade. So anyway, going into that, I'm like, so you said that you work with Nene, okay, allegedly, but you're letting Nene get hit with all this energy to where, mama's coming out saying, I want to do a business with A, B, C, D. Y'all know I love Lanithia, right? Nene, she's one of my people, girl. I love, tribally, okay? She's one of my people, girl. I love me some Lanithia, girl, okay? Hello? Y'all know it, girl. I've been her fan forever, okay? But going into that, I'm like, girl, mama says she want to do business with people because there's something going on with the finances, allegedly. And then going into the husband died of colon cancer. And I'm just like, that's some crazy shit right there. And I was telling one of my people, like, that's spiritual. Like somebody is doing something and going into Kim, Zolciak. That's a witch. I don't care what nobody say. Anybody who can manifest, Kim Zolciak. Okay, it's a witch, allegedly. Okay. Going into Mystic Rose, going into that witch that she went out to see on the episode back in the day, where the lady was a reader and all this good shit. Mama's into the arts. Trust when I tell you that. Even going into how she got Troy and stuff too. Anytime a woman attracts a very feminine man, but yet he's masculine, because everybody was accusing Troy of being gay. No, that's a straight man, and he's definitely a man who's into vagina. But that feminine energy came forward because she was doing rituals. So when a woman is with a feminine man, and I'm telling all this from experience, when you do workings to attract a man to you, if he's masculine and manly, he's more than likely going to take you out. When you attract a man magically and you like him and he's charming and he's beautiful, he's going to have feminine qualities because divine feminine energy is in that man. That's why that man came to you. And like I said, I won't go into that because I go to some deep shit. So anyway, mama did work to get Troy, going into getting pregnant. Mama did work to get pregnant, going into a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, with that being said, somebody put something on Nene. And like I said, when Greg died, I was like, that's spiritual. And then going into Nene and also the I'm like, that's spiritual. And clearly she believed, because even going into the psyche that said that he works with Nene, but Nene was seeing Tyler Henry. So I'm a little bit confused. Like, if I did work with a spiritual person and they believe in my work, and that's what I said too, I don't want to get into talk about my celebrity client stuff, because I'm like, if I ever see them publicly go to somebody else, now I don't have to feel bad about it, right? I don't have to be like, girl, I can't believe she's over here getting work done by this bitch. Girl, first of all, I wouldn't give a fuck because we did what we did privately. But I'm like, now it's looking like you weak. Because mama was so-called getting work done with you, and you so-called the baddest of the baddest and the most authentic reader in the industry, and you the baddest bitch that can read. But Nene went to Tyler Henry to get a reading. And we know that Tyler Henry is not a spiritual advisor, allegedly. We know the motherfucker's fake as all get up, allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. Okay? Mama is fucking faker than a motherfucking flea market Gucci bag. Okay? That's what we could call that a swap meet reader. Bitch sitting there act like he don't know who the fuck these people are. Like, bitch, you a motherfucker, like, you know exactly who the fuck you reading. But anyway, Wendy, Nene, I could go down the list of a lot of spiritual people that I think are bewitched, that are getting fucked up. And there's no Tino shade with that. Going into even Cardi B. I think Cardi B is also bewitched, I was waiting for people who allegedly like Cardi B, who says, who's spiritual, who sees spirit, to be like, Cardi B is spiritually possessed. Going into surgery, somebody put an energy on her, and I'm not saying for mama to go get surgery. Mama went from being the realest of the realest, and I'm not getting my teeth fixed because I like my teeth, to now, mama, hold on, yo. Hold on, give me one goddamn minute. Bitch. Mm-hmm. Bitch. The devil's a motherfucking lie. Mm. The devil's a motherfucking lie. Where that motherfucking microphone at? Whew! Okay. 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 I'm sitting here. I told y'all I have very good night vision. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and I'm sitting here looking because the light is very dim in here, y'all. And I'm like, I just saw something crawl, and I'm like, bitch, no, it's not. Let me look. Bitch, get over there, bitch. And it's that tarantula looking ass spider. Somebody said they're scorpions, but that's not a fucking scorpion. Bitch, I said, no, the fuck you don't. Bitch, the first thing I can think of is my mixture that I got over here, which is cinnamon, vinegar, and something else. Bitch, I squirted that bitch down, and she fell right on down over the bitch. The bitch is gone. But now that means when I'm done, I'm gonna have to turn on that fucking light to see where the fuck the bitch is. So the bitch, if she is alive, she can't get one of my babies. But I was like, girl, this mic, it went out. Okay. It went out, honey. Okay. It died. Anyway, they all getting got. Hey, boo, it's been a while. I know that's right, Lady Lux. How you doing, Lady Lux? Yes, honey. Long time no see. Mama got caught up in a coin. I know that's right. I'm about to watch the movie Toxic Skies with Anne Hesh. Mister, can you give us a reading on her death? Was she murdered? Anne Hesh, if I could remember this lady correctly, she was the one that was dating our mother, right? Our supreme mother, the queen of the gays. What's that lady's name? Norma? No. What's that lady's name? What's this lady's name? Oh my God. What is her? What is this girl? What is this girl name right here? Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. She's a shape-shifting bitch because I'm seeing everybody's face, not I'm saying it. What is her name? Ellen. Ellen DeGeneres. Is she the one that was dating Ellen? So, me personally, I do think that Anne was murdered. But things are a little deeper than what y'all think it is. Okay, like we really do think that celebrity people. Like I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not. We're gonna leave it here. So there is protocols and levels to everything, right? So let's say, for a good example, everybody who moves. It's like a hierarchy, right? So you have the leader and you have people underneath the leader, right? And you have people that are like, listen, I don't mind going to jail. You got people saying, I don't mind going to jail. You got people that say, I don't mind taking the rap. Whatever the case may be. So with that being said, when it comes to these Hollywood scandals and murders and attempted murders, because a lot of people were attempted murder, like going into Apple Watts and going into even what's the other girl's name? Just right off the bat, Kim Ford, right? Is her name Kim Ford? Alyssa, what's this girl's name? Kim Ford? No, not Kim Ford. What's that lady's name? Oh my God. Melissa Ford. Like these attempted murders. These are people that are connected to people in Hollywood. Like I want to do a Midnight Metanoia on something that I came across. And there's a reason why I came across stuff to y'all. Because I don't want to be in this stuff. Like I really don't. But things come up and I'm just like, fuck, I'm going to have to talk about it. Because, sometimes it traumatized me to where I'm like, I know this ain't happening to me. Like I have a dream about a situation and it felt so real. And I'm like, but why would I have a dream about that? Because I don't see that, like that's not a premonition for myself. And then something reminds me of a celebrity's death or something happened. Like it's like I channeled something and I'm just like, oh girl, it'd be creepy as fuck, y'all. So something happened. And a lot of people that are in industry, like they're taken out by people that are not in the industry, but they're connected to people in the industry. So like I said, going into that, there's a lot of people that are connected to people in the industry that does shady shit. And even going into in your city, you might have somebody that's connected to you. They say, 7 degrees of separation, where you're like fighting with this person, but not knowing that they're connected to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We talked about this before and I said it again. My sister's best friend brother was murdered by somebody in Hollywood. And the guy's friend took the rap for him. And of course, you could do your research on who this guy is. I won't go into it, but he murdered my sister's friend's brother. And just so happened, his mom is my mom's friend. His grandmother was my mom's teacher. So it's just some really deep shit. And like I said, how did that person get up in Stockton? Like, how did somebody from LA get involved in a crime in little old bitty ass country bumpkin ass Stockton? Like, think about that for a minute. Like, I was sitting there talking with somebody about it too, because, people think I'd be making up shit when I talk about the people I've dated, the celebrities I've encountered. And I'm just like, girl, I didn't go to LA to meet these celebrities. I didn't go to Las Vegas to meet these celebrities. These people came to my city. I went to the Bay. I went to Sacramento. I went to Modesto. Like, I went to these little small ass bumpkin cities to meet these people. Even going into right now, one of these celebrity people's nephew is in the valley right now. I'm not going to give nothing away because people are going to try to do their research, and I don't want to compromise anybody of anything. But one of these celebrity people, relatives, is in a situation in Northern California because, anyway, I'm not even going to give that away. And I'm just like, I'm blown away. And I told this person, I told you, when their uncle was trying to seduce me and was like, I thought I was being catfish. Oh, come on down here. And I was like, there's no way that's you in that picture. And they're like, what do you mean that's not you? I know that's not you. What you mean that's not me? I know that's not you because that person is connected to a very famous family, and there's no way you would be in that city. Like, why would you be in that city? And they're like, because we all some of us relocated. People have concerts and stuff. And I was just like, I don't believe it. So I was like, can you video call me or something? And he was like, listen, I'm willing to meet you halfway. So I remember I went to Manteca, California, y'all. Manteca, California is, I want to say 2 minutes from Stockton, depends on how fast you're driving. But Manteca's a nice city too, y'all. You can get a lot of shit there. Love Manteca, girl. Shout out to Manteca, California, girl. Manteca. Yes, girl, Lard, California. But anyway, Manteca and Lathrop. And bitch, literally, he meets me at this pizza place. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's a serial killer because daddy had on sweatpants and a tank top. But now, mind you, he pulled up in a very nice car. But he had on sweatpants, a tank top, and a hoodie with shades on, y'all, at nighttime. And I'm just like, okay, I need you to take off your shades. I need to make sure this is you. And he's like, did you come here by yourself? And I said, yeah. And of course, I swallow hard, y'all, because I'm like, bitch, this is a serial killer. And of course, I'm thinking to myself, too, why would I be so dumb to come here to meet this motherfucker? And this could be a setup. But I was like, in a pizza place? Who was setting me up in a pizza place, right? That's what I'm thinking. So, y'all, literally, he takes off the shades. And I was so, like, shocked. Like, the fuck? So, anyway, that just confirmed, even with that person, I said, I told you that they be in Stockton. And, when it comes to the escorts, and that's why I keep telling people, I just don't know how a girl could be in LA or around LA and be an escort and never had a celebrity client. That just doesn't make no sense to me. Like, maybe you look like the other bitches. Maybe you look basic and boring. I don't know. But I'm like, girl, okay, I won't drop no names, but girl, going into underground rappers and going into major rappers, maybe I've only had 3 major rapper clients, but underground rappers, about 7 of them. Yeah, Bay Area rappers, LA rappers. Anyway, like I said, I won't get into that because that's not my business. Girl, I'm not here to expose people. But anyway, yeah, she was murdered. Annie Hesh was definitely murdered, and she was not murdered by anybody of Hollywood, but she definitely was set up by people of Hollywood. There you go. Dobie is that picture from Yes. Oh, Debbie. Okay. That's so Mystic. That's so true, Mystic. That residual energy lingers and sticks sometimes. You gotta cleanse yourself. That's right. And you gotta get the fuck out your house too. Jordan, all right, it's from Don't Be a Menace to Substance While Drinking on the South Central. That movie cracks me up, right, honey? What's her name? Fakita? No, what's her name? Danita? Kanita? Nanita? She had the longest tongue. No, motherfucker, you ain't going nowhere. We love that movie. Come on here. We love her. Lots of actors and singers and rappers and models out there spellbound, and you can see it on them. Right. His skin looks so elastic, like I could pull it off and it was stretched around. Who? That Bewitched know we were talking about them and they sent the spider. Joey, now you sound like they asses. Where I live at is very much prone to everything. Spiders, crickets, um, girl, roaches be outside walking, honey, like on the sidewalks and shit. You're like, ooh, rats, possums. I barely saw for the first time the other day a possum that actually was the size of a rat. And the bitch stopped, looked at me, looked like it was looking at me up and down, and it kept walking. And I say, you ugly ass bitch. I literally said, I said, you ugly ass bitch. The bitch literally stopped, looked at me because I was walking. I was like, ooh. I jumped back. The bitch stopped, looked at me, and did the face like this. And it kept walking. And I was like, you ugly ass bitch. Don't you ever fucking look at me like that again. Ho. Anyway. Yeah, they sent the spider. Mm-hmm. They sent the spider. You see that spider walking towards you means money's on its way to you, girl. Listen, no spider was walking towards me. It was actually walking near my selenite. I'm sitting here. I have a little cute little crystal altar right here at the foot of my bed. I told you I sleep with crystals by me and shit. Okay. Amethyst. Okay. Amethyst. Okay. Amethyst, selenite, super seven, celicite, and moonstones. Okay, and of course there's other stones too. But I tell you, I'm a dream walker, and so going into protection, the astrum and stuff, I need all that good shit. So with that being said, I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and of course, I look over there, and at the little peripheral of my eye, I see something moving, and I look, and I'm like, okay, ain't nothing moving. And then I look at the screen and then I see it moving again. I look and then it's just moving. And I'm like, oh hell no. Bitch, that bitch got sauteed. Roll that nigga roll that nigga up. That bitch got sauteed the fuck up. Okay? She got sauteed up. She fell her dusty ass right there on that floor, bitch. I'm about to vacuum that floor too, bitch. As soon as I'm done with y'all, I'm about to pick all that shit up right there and vacuum that bitch. I know she passed out, girl. Vinegar get on the girls and they gone. Oh, girl, it says the low battery, y'all. Uh-oh, girl. There's some teas with the and. Yeah, she gone. Maybe we'll do a midnight medicine oil on her, honey. Tyler Henry. What I say his name? Henry Tyler. Girl, he's so fake. Daddy's sitting here talking about why he read and eat, and then what's her name? Not Nene. There was another lady. Daddy's sitting here reading and he getting clammy and shit and talk about the spirit. I'm getting clammy because the spirit wants me to tap in. I'm just like, girl. I heard of getting hot, and maybe everyone's different. I heard of getting hot because you feel the temperature change, but to literally go into a sweat and you're turning pink and you're just like sweating. Girl, that seemed like some drugs to me, girl. That's like some Adderall getting out that system, girl. That's like some Xanax and shit. Ooh, girl, excuse me. That's like some Xanax and shit. Getting out your system, honey. You ride awake and girl, that Xanax is like trying to flush yourself. So now you getting hot and shit out the blue. Kind of like people nodding off and shit out the blue. Like, how y'all doing? Yeah, honey, same shit. Mm-mm. Girl, that's what that looked like. That looked like that was some pills kicking in, allegedly. Okay. The spider on the fiber rock. Mystic, did you see Alien's reaction to Anne's death was shady boost? Who? Who? Oh, Ellen. No, I didn't see it. I don't really care for the girls like that, honey. Okay. I think Ellen needs to go ahead and retire and sit the fuck down. She sit all the way back. I think that about, there's a few people I think need to retire and give it up, like Mariah Carey. I think she needs to go ahead and sit it on down. Okay, girl. She don't got the voice like that no more. Ariana Grande came in, shut her down. No shade. We're not comparing, but I'm just saying, she can go ahead and be cute and sing her. And then a hero comes alone. But girl, keep it cute and keep it moving. Mama be sitting here really trying to. The lighting is getting. This is for the lighting, you guys. The lighting, and I'm just like, girl, save the lighting for your bedroom, bitch. Okay. Okay, bitch, we don't give a fuck about none of that, girl. We here to hear you sing, bitch. Sing and shut the fuck up. And if you don't, well, y'all, we're not gonna hit the high note tonight because Mama's voice is a little hoarse. Listen, go ahead and retire. Go ahead, girl. You got your Christmas albums that come out every year. You got your fucking holiday cookies. Go ahead and retire, Mariah Carey. Girl, you got all the money you need, girl. You can get Nick Cannon out here having all these damn babies. Get child support from his motherfucking ass. Because he gonna clearly always have it. He clearly gonna always have money, sis. Go ahead and get those coins, honey. Hello? Okay. That body temperature rising because he nervous about them lies. Right, right. Xanax give people dementia. Allegedly, everything give people dementia. They had nerve to say the other day that if you don't drink alcohol, you can get dementia too. And I said, bitch, you a motherfucking lie. Yeah, they were talking about, they did a study and people who didn't drink alcohol got dementia. So you need to drink something. And I'm just like, bitch, you a motherfucking lie. Okay. Ellen is weird. You said it. Is a mama like 60 or 70 or something, honey? Yeah, girl, I'm glad her show is over. We loved her. You know, she did a lot for the community, but girl, it's time to go and sit down and let somebody else have a chance, okay? Same thing, like I said, Mariah Carey's and shit. But girl, you've been out since 1991, girl. It's 2022. Okay, you've been out since 1980 something, but still, 1991 is when you really, really became that girl. Bitch, your music has been number one. You got all these residuals coming in. Girl, let it go. Mama's still giving her Tommy Mottola story. Mama's still coming through, playing this little, like, girl, ma'am, let it go. Age gracefully, sit down somewhere and be cute, girl. Come out with a singing school, girl. Come out with a singing academy, the Lambs Academy or something. Like, show people how to sing and get your money that way, sis. Debbie Allen, all these other people, honey, they sat there, they were cute, they did their thing, they come out when they need to, but they retire. Okay, it's time to go. Anyway, God, this computer's gonna die right now because I need to plug it in. Who drink to get drink got dementia too, always the opposite of what they say. Right. They want everybody to get fucking dementia, bitch. They think they slick. And they're not gonna say that COVID caused dementia too. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, y'all, bye for now, y'all. I will see y'all again very, very soon. Okay, 2way spirit@gmail.com, 2spiritmystic.blogspot.com. And I'll definitely be seeing y'all again very, very soon. Okay, please take care. And thank you all for stopping by here. Okay, y'all. Love and light. And always be good to yourself. Okay, I'm downloading the movie now. I know that's right, honey. You shouldn't have to download. You should be able to see it for free. Okay, see it for free. Okay, there's lots of sites out there. Anyway, y'all, bye for now, y'all. Love and light. See y'all again.